All right. Let me start this off by keeping it 100. Before mentioning what I want to mention, talking about what I want to talk about, and there's not just one, like, I guess, big thing or big moment where you transition from boy to man, or where you just become a man, right? It's a lot of the things over time that you learn and grow with, yes. But what I have learned here that I'm going to talk about is is definitely one of the most important things that I've learned. And I'm going to reference it back to Star Wars, actually, because it's pretty darn cool. But even if you haven't watched Star Wars, like, you'll kind of understand what you'll understand where I end up going with this. So check this out, man. Right, in Star Wars, we know that Anakin turned to the dark side, right? We know that Obi-Wan stayed on the light side. If you don't know, I mean, the dark side is basically evil, and the light side is good, right? Evil versus good, you could put it as. And I'll keep my windows down a little bit. It's actually really nice out. But the reason that Anakin had ended up turning to the dark side, even though he started off on the light side, he started off as the good guy, he turned to the dark side because over time, right, it wasn't just one big moment like, yeah, screw this. It was over time that he let the dark side speak into his mind, play with his head, play with his thoughts, play with his emotions, and he fell for it all. He fell for the trick. And it's funny because, a lot of people think like, oh yeah, I'm a good guy, right? I'm not evil by any means. And remember that even the evil people, the bad people, think that they're the good guy, right? That's what you got to remember. Even like some of the weakest of men think that they're the strongest of men, right? But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, is that even with Anakin, there was no moment where he was like, you know what, screw this, I'm turning to the dark side. He never even he never even said, all right, guys, I'm turning to the dark side. He never said that. He never said, all right, screw this good thing, I'm becoming evil. It was just that he started off good, and then slowly over time, he turned to the dark side. But then he ended up thinking that the dark side was actually good, because he said to Obi-Wan, who was on the light side, he said, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil, when the Jedi are the good guys, right? That's what he ended up saying as he slowly went down his path of darkness. He ended up saying, from my point of view, basically the good guys are the evil ones. So here's the thing, right, about being a man, because what's really hard and difficult in this life, and I'm the first one, I'll be the first to admit it, is that it's so hard not to let life play with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. You ever heard that Rocky quote? I mean, I'd be surprised if you haven't heard this, but if you never heard it, go look up the scene. Really, this is why people get in accidents. It just blows my mind how every single day there's just people that drive like nut jobs, and then anyway, I'll be surprised if you never heard this Rocky quote. And it was Rocky talking to his son. Right, this is a movie about a boxer. He's a boxer, right? But I'm not going to go into the whole plot of the movie. But what I will say is that this is what he said. He said, life is not all sunshine and rainbows, right? We know this. We know that life is not all sunshine and rainbows. He said, you or me, no one is going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's how winning is done. And that's the thing about being a man, right? And this will relate kind of back to the Star Wars I was talking about, is that it's not about, because when we get hit hard in life, man, it's so easy to let our minds take over and just say F this, screw this, this sucks, this is ridiculous, right? It's so easy to get to break up, to have some girl cheat on you, and then just say, screw it, I'm never dating a girl again. You know, all women are the same. All women are terrible. It's so easy to fail at something that you really wanted to go after, fail at a goal or a dream, and you just fail at it, and you keep failing at it, man. And then it's so easy just to say, screw this, I'm giving up, even though you know deep down inside you should keep moving forward with it. It's so easy to say this. Hang on, I'm just pulling over to adjust this real quick. It's so easy to it's so easy just to say, screw this, man, screw this, I'm giving up. It's so easy to let someone down, right? Even though you didn't mean to. It's so easy just to let down a friend or your girlfriend or your family, and then they're upset with you, and then just say, screw it, I'm a failure, I suck at life, I'm a terrible human being. It's so easy just to have life hit you right in the nuts, right where it hurts, man. It's so easy to have life hit you as hard as it can where it hurts the most, and then just say, screw this, I give up, I'm done, this sucks. It's so easy to let our feelings and emotions lead. It's so easy to let our feelings lead us. It's so easy to stay up at night thinking to ourselves, man, am I ever going to succeed in life? Am I ever going to do anything? It's so easy to think to ourselves, does God even love me? Does God even care about me? Do I even have a purpose? Am I even worthy? Am I even good enough? It's like you don't understand. Well, actually, you do understand. You do understand how easy it is to let these feelings and these thoughts and these emotions take over. How easy it is to let anxiety take over, to let our own minds lead us into a downward spiral of depression. So easy, man. It's so easy to let the devil screw with our minds. That's the bottom line. Whether you believe in the devil or not, we all know that there's evil out there. There's also good, you know. Hey, I believe in God, I believe in the devil, you know, but even let's say you didn't, you still know that there's good and evil out there, and it's so easy to let evil and darkness take over. It really is, man. Especially when, again, like Rocky said, you or me or no one's gonna hit as hard as life. Right, and the thing with Anakin in Star Wars, right, the bad guy, the good guy who turned to a bad guy, is that he was afraid of losing the ones that he cared about. He was afraid. And what Yoda says, he's like this Jedi master. He's like the master of all, like the good, right, in Star Wars. What he says is, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. Basically, the path to the dark side, and in life too, and you can say, oh, you know, it's just a movie. No. I mean, yeah, it is, but it's also kind of life too. You know, the path to the dark side in life is fear, right? So when you let fear take over, like Anakin did, boom, you know, you start looking for every way possible to control everything, even things that are out of your control, because you're afraid of losing everything that you have. And because you're so afraid, you know that anytime you've been afraid, you end up getting frustrated because you're so afraid, right? Anytime you're afraid, you get so frustrated that, that you end up getting, or anytime you're afraid of something, or even afraid of losing something or someone, or afraid of just what's going to happen in life, you become frustrated with life, and then you become angry and ticked off. And then your anger, it just leads to just hatred toward people and toward things. Sometimes it can even lead to sadness. These are all just kind of dark emotions. They all work together in such a weird way, but they do, and it's kind of scary. But it's like, it's just so easy, man, to let it take over. It really is. It really is easy to let it take over. And that's the thing about being a man, right? Because Obi-Wan, who was on the light side, who's the good guy, you know what differentiated him from Anakin is he never let anything get to his head. That's why he never turned to the dark side. He never let the fear of losing someone that he loved, or the fear of becoming someone that he wasn't meant to be, the fear of what's going to happen in the future, he never let fear take over. Sure, he might have felt afraid or felt anxious, right? It's normal to feel that way, but he never let fear control his mind. And even when he was angry or ticked off, right, he had it under control. Even when he was sad or down in the dumps, right? I mean, he can work his way out of it, but I don't even think that really happened that much. But anyway, point is that the feelings that he felt, even the dark feelings, the times where he could have so easily turned to the dark side, because Obi-Wan went through hell and back too throughout all the Star Wars movies. I won't explain the whole thing. I know I'm not going to sit here and explain the whole plot, even though it is really interesting, but he's been through hell and back too. So if anyone should have turned to the dark side, it honestly should have been him because of all the hell that he went through. But he chose not to let any of those emotions get into his head or play with him or screw with him, right? Sure, he might have felt fearful and anxious. Sure, he might have felt angry at times. Sure, we all have those times. It's normal to feel those things. We're human. But he never let it play with his head, and he never let it control him. And again, even going back to Rocky too, right? No one's going to hit as hard as life. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward without letting these negative emotions take over. Because when you let the fear and the anger and the frustration and the aggression and just the annoyance of life take over, it leads you to wanting to give up, to wanting to quit, to wanting to run away. It leads you to being afraid of losing things or living a life that you shouldn't be living. It leads you down a path of fear, and then all this stuff together will lead you to anger. So all these negative things in life work together, man. They really do, in a really weird way. And if you let it take over your mind, if you let it all take over your mind and take you over, it'll take you over. And then what's going to happen is that you're just going to be an emotional mess. You're going to be kind of like, like a little boy throwing a temper tantrum or like a little boy. Because, I mean, the kids of the world, right? Like the kids, like, they don't really have like all that much control, right? They just kind of let their emotions just do whatever. It's hard, man. It is hard. But that's where becoming a man comes in. Is that what differentiates a man from a boy is a man. Yes, he feels anxious. Yes, he feels down. Yes, he feels worried or frustrated or nervous. But he lets that feeling be there. He just lets it be there. He doesn't let it take over his mind. He doesn't let the intrusive thoughts control him. He doesn't let, evil or the devil, however you want to look at it, he doesn't let all the negativity tell him where to go or what to do, or that he should just give up or quit or do something else or run away. A man does not let his emotions take over. And I'm telling you, man, you have to train yourself to do this. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's training yourself constantly over time. That, hey, you know what? I'm having a crappy day. But you know what? I'm going to make the most of this day. You know what? I'm down in the dumps, man. But you know what? I'm going to do what I need to do to get out of this pit. Yes, I'm anxious, man. I'm worried. I'm nervous. I'm afraid, man. I'm afraid. But I'm going to move forth and do what I need to do anyway. Right? There's even a quote that goes, courage isn't you're not afraid. Courage is you're afraid, but you do it anyway. And you know what's funny is that even God's word says so many times, do not be afraid. Do not fear. I am with you. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Why are you so afraid? Do not be afraid. Do not fear. It says it so many times throughout his word. And it doesn't mean that you don't feel fear, because fear is just like, adrenaline rushing through your body. You can't really control what your body does. Like, in terms of like, you can't really control your adrenaline rush. But what you can control is what you decide to do with it. When you feel those adrenaline rushes, when you feel nervous or anxious, are you just going to let it take over and prevent you from doing what you need to do? Are you going to let fear make you run away or chicken out of what you need to do? Or are you just going to go do what you need to do even though you're afraid? Right? Are you going to let fear take over your mind and take over your life and make you into this scared little boy? Or are you going to control the fear, saying, yeah, you know what? I feel afraid, but I'm going to move forward anyway. Life's going to hit you, man. It's going to punch you in the face. It's going to kick you in the balls. It's going to break your knees, man. But are you going to let it keep you down? Or are you going to get up with everything that you got? Are you going to keep moving forward, even if you have to just crawl, even if you have to use your freaking teeth to bite the ground and move forward? What are you going to do, man? Because I'll tell you what, a little boy will let fear and anger and aggression and frustration control him. A little boy will let his feelings and emotions control him and make him into someone he's not supposed to be. Which is why parents are needed to kind of, set the kid straight, right? Little boys are going to let their feelings, emotions, thoughts take over and run their life. They don't know any better, right? Little boys are going to get hit by, I don't know, they're gonna trip and like fall on the ground. They're gonna get hit by a friend or something, and then they're gonna cry. Little boys are going to, you know, they're gonna experience a hard time in life, and then just like be really sad, maybe even cry, right? And that's why the parents are there to comfort them, right? To help them through. If they get hurt, the parents are there to, you know, help them heal, whatever. But a man, hey, a man's got to take care of himself. It doesn't mean you can never have support. Of course you can have friends that support you, man. You need some friends that support you. You know, God's there to support you as well, but a man's overall going to make the decisions for himself, control his own thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you know, be the one to choose to get up on his own. A man doesn't have mommy and daddy there to lift him up all the time, you know? So the difference between a boy and a man is that a boy will let fear make him run away. A man will feel fearful, but he'll keep moving. He'll do what he needs to do anyway. A little boy will feel anger or frustrated, and then he'll throw a temper tantrum. A man feels angry and frustrated, but hey, he deals with it in a healthy way. Usually when I'm angry or frustrated, I just go on a run, burn off that steam, and then whatever was bugging me or making me angry, I'll go deal with. You know, if I can control it, I'll keep it under control. If I can't, hey man, I'll give it to God, right? But I choose to deal with these emotions in a healthy way rather than letting anger take me over. Rather than becoming just this angry, ticked off person, man, taking it out on other people. When a little boy gets hit, whether it be from like a friend or whatever, or just hit in life, he goes through a hard time, right? He'll be on the ground, he'll cry, he'll wait for mom and dad to come and pick him up and heal him. Or at least help him heal, right? Give him a bandage, whatever. A man, when he gets hit, man, when he gets hit hard in life, hey, if he can't walk forward, he's gonna crawl. If he can't crawl forward, he's gonna use his teeth to crawl. He doesn't care. He's gonna find some way to keep moving forward. He's not just gonna sit there and wait for mommy and daddy to come pick him up. He's gonna keep moving forward himself. And if he can't move at all, he's gonna ask God for that help to give him that push that he needs. But a man moves forward on his own, man, because he chooses to keep moving forward. He says to himself, you know what? I'm not gonna let life keep me down. Life may have knocked me down, that's normal, but I'm not gonna let it keep me down. Life may have hit me hard, man. I need a second to catch my breath, but you know what? I'm getting back up. That's the bottom line. You know, life keeps hitting me and beating me, but I'm gonna keep moving forward, because it's not about how hard I get hit. It's about how hard I get hit and keep moving forward. And I'm just gonna keep moving forward and taking all the punches possible, because I know I can take as many punches as needed, especially because when I'm weak, God is strong, right? And I'm with God. That's the difference, man, between a boy and a man. A man, when he's tempted to go to the dark side because evil's trying to take him over, or intrusive thoughts are trying to talk to him, saying, you know what, it's better if you just give up, it's better if you just quit, it's better if you just run away, it's better just to never date a girl again because she cheated on you, it's better just to not talk to those people because you let them down. No, a man will say, no, it sounds better because it's the easier way out. I mean, anyone could just get up and run away, but what makes a man, right, is he goes and fixes the problems that he needs to fix. You know, a girl cheated on me, I'm not going to give up on women because I know that there are some good girls out there. You know, I let someone down, I'm going to go be a man and I'm going to go apologize. As hard as it may be to have to swallow my pride. Whatever. You know, I'm a man, bro. I'm a man. And a man does not let his feelings or emotions tell him what to do. He says, what is the right thing to do? What is the thing that I know deep down that I need to do? And he does it no matter how hard it is. It's not about taking the easy path out. It's about doing what you know deep down inside that you need to do. It's about doing the right thing, even when everyone else is doing the wrong thing. Even when your thoughts and evil is trying to tell you to take the easier path out. No, man. So you want to be a man, right? And this is something I wish I could just go back and tell my younger self. But of course, I had to learn things the hard way. But thankfully, I've been able to learn them, and God has been so gracious as to teach me these things and help me apply them to my life. You know, again, there's a lot of things that you need to do to become a man, right? And I'm still learning even along the journey of life as well to become a better man, right? But if you want to be a man, right, the most important things you can do are learn to not train yourself to not let your thoughts and feelings and emotions take over your life. Do not let them control your mind. Do not let anything get to your head. Be the person to enjoy life even when everything is going crappy, at least as much as you can enjoy life. Be the person that when life knocks you down, you say, you know what, today's been a crappy day, it's been a crappy week, it's been a crappy year, but you know what, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to make the most of this. Every single time, not just one time, but every single time. That's what a man does, man. He does not let his thoughts or feelings or emotions control him, but rather, he takes control of them and does what he needs to do, no matter how hard it is, right? He keeps moving forward in life, no matter how difficult it is, he finds a way. He finds a way to get back up every time he's knocked down, right? If there's anything I've learned about becoming a man, it's these things right here. And I am just so grateful that God has taught me these. And it's taken me a while to learn them, and it's taken me a while to train myself to do these things. And even to this day, I'm still training myself because there's always room for improvement. And there's always some times where I screw up or make mistakes, or, I end up letting the thoughts or feelings or emotions take over sometimes. But it's about just constantly training yourself and retraining yourself and just getting better at doing this over time. Control your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Don't let them control you. Keep moving forward no matter how hard life hits you or knocks you down. And be the person just to make the most of this life and do what you need to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. And keep doing the right thing, even when everyone else is doing the wrong thing. That, my friend, well, actually these things, not just that one thing, these multiple things, is what I've learned just to be a man, bro. And then you just keep training yourself and retraining yourself over time, these lessons, these things. And you keep training yourself and retraining yourself every day. And when you screw up and make mistakes, right? Hey, man, you just realize that and get back up and move forward, man. But yeah, these are the things that I've really learned to become a man, to become a better man. So I'm telling you, man, these are the kind of things that has just completely skyrocketed my life. Has taught me just to be more in control of myself. And when you keep training yourself to live this way, I'm telling you, man, you really start to feel like a man because, well, that's how us men ought to live. Even God's word tells us about self-control. Do not be afraid. When you're weak, God is your strength. Things like this, right, that I've just described. Keep moving forward. And I'm telling you, man, these are the kind of things that are gonna make you feel more manly because, well, this is how a man ought to live. This is how a man lives, man. Is like that. So let's keep moving forward, keep training and retraining ourselves with these things, and becoming better men every day. Because I'm telling you, man, my life has never been the same since, and I'm so grateful, man. I'm just so much more in control. I'm not in control of everything, right? But the things that I'm not in control of, hey, that's where I let God take over, and I'm just like, you know what, you do your thing, man. But I'm a lot more in control of myself and my life, and it has done me nothing but good, and it's gotten me to meet better people as well, better friends, better girls, has bettered my relationship with my family, bettered my overall self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, all this stuff, right? Better my relationship with God, move me forward in life with a lot of the areas of my life. So you know what? Hey, clearly something's working. But anyway, that being said, let's move forward doing these good things, being men, how we were born to be. But that being said, though, let's go work out, shall we? Well, a good workout, once again, I would definitely say so. And it was a lot more crowded than usual today. Well, not really crowded, but I guess more people than usual. But like I said, I'm trying to be mindful of people's space. So that's why you're not going to see everything of every angle that I do. I just want to be mindful of people's space and not, I know some people get kind of freaked out by like people recording or whatever. So, hey, just keep it to myself. Let people do their thing. I'll do my thing, right? Anyway, yeah, definitely another good workout. And I will say that as much as I am digging the gym, I really am. And I always forget how much I love it each time that I've kind of backed out of it and went to calisthenics. I forget how much I love the gym, but I also do love calisthenics. So if I were to back out of that, I would miss that too. So, combining a little bit of both, absolutely. And especially when the cold winter season comes up, I cannot wait to start training in that. I never thought I would say that in my existence because I used to hate winter with a passion, but I'm really looking forward to training in the cold. That being said, though, I will miss summer. So it's like, you know what? Hey, summer, winter, gym, calisthenics, whatever it is, man, just enjoy the most of it. Make the most of it. Getting the best workout you can. Getting the best training you can. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a difference. You're not going to notice the difference, on day 1 or day 5 or day 20, but you will notice it on day 50, day 100, day 200. So, you're kind of in the midst of creating good memories and building good progress. So it's like, as much as you want to see the progress and as much as I'm dying to see the progress after day 100 or day 1,000, whatever, you also can't forget to enjoy the journey, because I'm telling you, it's going to go by a lot faster than you think, whether it be a fitness journey or, I don't know, a life journey, any kind of journey that you're going through. It's like, just enjoy it the best you can, man. It's going to go by faster than you think, and you're either going to regret looking back on it and not enjoying it more, or you're going to be grateful looking back on it that you enjoy it the most you could, and then you're going to miss it either way. So just enjoy it, man. The progress will come. Just stay consistent, stay steady, don't overthink it. Just work as hard as you can, do as much as you can, and I'm telling you, the progress will come. It's as simple as that, yet also as difficult as that too, because it's not easy, but it's simple. It's just not easy, right? It's as simple as showing up every day, working as hard as you can, and then just being patient with time. But it's hard because we like to get in our own heads, and then we stop enjoying the journey because we just want to see the progress now, and then we think to ourselves that we should be doing things different because we're not seeing progress right away, because in today's generation, everything is instant gratification, and if you're not getting it instantly, then you're failing. It's like, no. Patience, I don't care how quick our generation gets or how quick time gets to want to see instant results. I don't care where the time goes or how much instant gratification starts to take over. Patience is always going to beat instant gratification. As long as during that time of patience, you're working hard and putting in the effort and showing up every day. That's what matters. But in the end, patience will always outdo the little instant gratification. So just enjoy the journey, man. Show up every day. Work hard. It's as simple as that. Don't start getting in your own head and thinking like, oh, I have to do things different. No, you don't. So all you have to do is keep being consistent, keep showing up every day, work as hard as you can, enjoy the journey, and be patient with the progress. It will come. And before you know it, you'll be looking back one day, wishing that you enjoyed the journey more. And I'm wishing that you just stuck with these simple, I guess, rules of progress, if you want to call it. You'll be wishing that you just stuck with the simple rules instead of, I don't know, getting in your own head and thinking all these other things like, oh, I need to do things different and I need to switch things up. No, you don't. You just need to stay consistent, show up every day, work as hard as you can, and again, enjoy the journey. It's as simple as that. Don't get in your own head. Enjoy the journey, and yeah, it'll come one day, man. It'll all happen. But in the meantime, just keep doing what you know you need to do. That's all that really matters. But that being said, that pretty much completes it for today. So, okay, leaving off where we left off last time with God's word. We left off at, let's see. Oh yeah, Luke 5:12. While Jesus was in one of the towns, a man came along who was covered with leprosy. When he saw Jesus, he fell with his face to the ground and begged him, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said. "Be clean." And immediately the leprosy left him. Then Jesus ordered him, "Don't tell anyone, but go and show yourself to the priests and offer the sacrifices that Moses commanded for your cleansing, as a testimony to them." Yet the news about him spread all the more, so that the crowds of the people came to hear him and to be healed of their sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Yeah, honestly, you could blame him, man. I feel like, as much as I love people and, like, want to, be around people and help people and, to just make an impact, I also got to have my alone time, too, a lot, where you just go aside and, just kind of be with God in silence, or even just, like, kind of be with your own thoughts in silence. You'll be surprised on how healthy that is. And a lot of times nowadays, like, in today's generation, there's so much, like, it's all about spiking your dopamine and being stimulated 24/7 that you never actually get a chance to really sit with God in silence, or you never get a chance to really just sit with your own thoughts and just sit with silence, man. And yeah, it's boring per se, but it's so, like, when you actually just do it and you do it on a consistent basis, you'll realize how great of an impact it has on, like, your stress and your mind and overall just mental health too. And you'll realize that you actually needed it a lot more than you ever thought you did, or more than you ever thought you would have needed it. So, hey, trust me, you can do what you want. It's your life, but hey, I would highly just recommend just giving it a try, for at least a few days or even a few weeks straight, just having little times throughout your day or week where you just sit aside alone, completely silent, no music, no stimulation, no TV noise, no nothing, no one around, just you and silence, right? And you can use that time to talk with God, to kind of, and to even engage just with your own thoughts and just let your brain run, or even just enjoy the sound of silence, man. Even if it's just for a few minutes a day or a few minutes every other day or something like that, man. Just trust me, it's so good. And I never realized how much I actually needed it until I did it. Anyway, one day Jesus was teaching, and the Pharisees and teachers of the law were sitting there. They had come from every village of Galilee and from Judah and Jerusalem, and the power of the Lord was with Jesus to heal the sick. Some men came carrying a paralyzed man on a mat and tried to take him into the house to lay him before Jesus. When they could not find a way to do this because of the crowd, they went up on the roof and lowered him on his mat through the tiles into the middle of the crowd, right in front of Jesus. When Jesus saw their faith, he said, "Friend, your sins are forgiven." And the Pharisees and the teachers of the law began thinking to themselves, "Who is this fellow who speaks blasphemy? Who can forgive sins but God alone?" Jesus knew what they were thinking and asked, "Why are you thinking these things in your hearts? Which is easier, to say your sins are forgiven, or to say get up and walk? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." So he said to the paralyzed man, "I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go home." Immediately he stood up in front of them, took what he had been lying on, and went home, praising God. Everyone was amazed and gave praise to God. They were filled with awe and said, "We have seen remarkable things today." After this, Jesus went out and saw a tax collector by the name of Levi sitting at his tax booth. "Follow me," Jesus said to him. And Levi got up, left everything, and followed him. Then Levi held a great banquet for Jesus at his house, and a large crowd of tax collectors and others were eating with them. But the Pharisees and the teachers of the law who belonged to their sect complained to his disciples, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus answered them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." Then they said to him, "John's disciples often fast and pray, and so do the disciples of the Pharisees, but yours go on eating and drinking." Jesus answered, "Can you make friends of the bridegroom fast while he is with them? But the time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them. In those days they will fast." He told them this parable: "No one tears a piece out of a new garment to patch an old one. Otherwise they will have torn the new garment, and the patch from the new one will not match the old. And no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise the new wine will burst the skins, the wine will run out, and the wineskins will be ruined. New wine must be poured into new wineskins, and no one after drinking old wine wants the new, for they say the old is better." And that finishes off Luke 5. And yeah, going back to when, Jesus was eating and drinking with tax collectors and sinners, it's like, dude, hey, and I might actually do like a whole talk on this too, but there's no reason to go around and be like, oh, you're a sinner and look at the sins you're committing and look at how bad you are. Jesus doesn't care about you. I see so many believers in God that do this. And it's like, you wonder why there are people that turn away from God, because they see behavior like this and think to themselves, I have no interest in just sitting here being attacked 24/7. At the end of the day, man, hey, most people won't admit it because it sounds cheesy and cringy, but most people just want some love, man. Whether it be like a hug from a friend or a girlfriend, or whether it be someone who just like compliments them, like people just want some love, man. And actually, people need love too. I'm not saying you got to go up and just like oh, like you're the greatest thing ever to everyone. No, man, but going around and like picking on everyone because of their sins, it's like, my man, we're all sinners, man. If I would, me sitting here, if I were to be like, oh, this person, look at what he's doing, or this person, look at what he's doing, or this person sucks, or something like that, or Jesus won't forgive this person, it's like, I have no room to speak about anything. No one has any room to speak. Like, we're all sinners at the end of the day. The only people that I ever really like say that kind of stuff about is the extremists, like, the murderers of this world, or like predators, or just stuff like that. People that go so extreme where it's impossible to understand. But people that tell lies, people that, people that get caught up in their own anger sometimes, people that are afraid of certain things in life, people that, get down about themselves, like people that screw up and make mistakes, like, I'm not going to sit here and just go around judging everyone, bro, because, hey, I'm as much a sinner as the next guy, So, and plus, there are some people, too, like, I've seen people online that are like, yeah, working out for God, and then there's people that are like, oh, look at you showing off your body, like, you're shit, you're shameful, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? First of all, I don't think it says that anywhere in God's word. Secondly, it's like this man's talking about God, like he's praising God, bro, and he's working out his body for God, taking care of the body that God has given us. It's like, I feel like a lot of people just go around and try to judge and pick on people. Like, they just try to find things, right? They just try to find things to try to put other people down to make themselves feel better. And no, man, that ain't the way, bro. That ain't the way. It's like, it's one thing to call out someone in a brotherly or sisterly loving way. Like, hey, man, maybe we shouldn't do this. This probably ain't the best idea. But then it's another thing just to go around and pick on everyone and attack everyone for not being perfect, right? Us believers in Jesus, we got to stop doing this stuff, because people see this stuff. People see how a lot of, believers in Jesus act this way and just pick on everyone and everything because, oh, look at the sins he committed. Look at, you think Jesus likes that? Oh, and then, people just get so angry at other people over the sins they commit, even though they're sinners themselves and they've 100% sinned themselves. Oh, look at you. You watch inappropriate videos. God doesn't love you. Oh, you drink. You get drunk. Oh, God, hey, no, God doesn't like that. Oh, man, look at you over there. You're partying in a club. Oh, you call yourself a Christian. Unbelievable. Oh, my gosh, dude, you're stuffing your face with junk food. Oh, gluttony. It's like, my dude, everyone has their struggles. No one's perfect, bro. No, I would rather see someone partying in a club, getting drunk, and stuffing their face with food, and I don't know, like doing these kind of things they shouldn't be, and believe in Jesus, rather than seeing people that don't do these things, yet they don't believe in Jesus. How about that one? I would rather see partiers and clubbers and drinkers and smokers and people that go and hook up with other people. Like, I would rather see these people believe in Jesus rather than seeing people that don't do these things and don't believe in Jesus. And again, it's another thing when you take it, when you have extremes, like people that murder people. Oh, I believe in Jesus, and they go around murdering people, or people that are like, oh yeah, like predators, and then they're like, oh yeah, I believe in Jesus. It's like, okay, that's a whole other extreme. Hang on. That's a whole other extreme. I mean, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about things that, a lot of people get caught up in addictions nowadays. A lot of people make mistakes and screw up. We're all human, bro. We're all human. Like, I even heard the story of like this girl that was like on a podcast or something that she ended up coming to the podcast and seemed a little bit drunk. And then people were just attacking her. Oh, you call yourself a believer in Jesus? You call yourself a Christian? Unbelievable. It's like, dude, like, no, leave the poor girl alone, bro. You never know what she's going through. And it doesn't make drinking okay. It doesn't make partying or clubbing or smoking or watching inappropriate videos. It doesn't make this stuff okay. But to sit there and just attack people, bro, over that, rather than actually trying to send some love or pray for them as Jesus tells us to do, right? Not judge people as Jesus tells us to do. So you know what? Those people that are attacking her and attacking other people for, sinning and making mistakes, those people that are attacking them, they're just as bad, because Jesus tells us not to judge other people. Jesus tells us to pray for other people and to love everyone as he loves us. So you know what? Those people, if you are like past me and you're going around attacking other people over some of the sins that they commit, hey, my dude, I was just as bad as the people that are actually committing the sins, because I was going against Jesus' word myself just by simply attacking them and judging them and putting them down. Even my brother at one point, he was thinking about getting baptized, but he wasn't sure. I think he just has like a stage fright. But I remember like I was getting mad at him. I was like, dude, just get baptized. What do you think Jesus is going to think of this, bro? Come on. Really, man, just get baptized. Like, get over your fear. I remember I was going pretty hard on him. And I look back and I'm like, geez, man, that was so immature of me. But you know what's funny is that when I was attacking him, he looked at me and he said, you know what? If you want to be like that, and now I'm not going to get baptized. How do you like that? So you know what? Think about it. When people attack you, right, you just want to rebel against them anyway. So for us to go around and attacking other people thinking that'll change them, it's like, no, man, it's just going to make them want to rebel. Which is why a lot of people see us believers in Jesus, like, that go around and judge other people and pick on other people, and they just think to themselves, yeah, no, I have no interest in being part of this. Because who wants to be part of that, bro? People just want to be around love and positivity as much as they could. No one wants to be around people that are just picking on each other and attacking each other. Like, no one wants to be around that. So yeah, you want to bring people to Christ. It's not about saying, yeah, you got to do this and you got to do this. It's about just spreading the love, man. As God says, let our light shine unto other people. That's what he says. Let our light shine unto other people, bro. Just be a good person and a good time to be around. And again, it's one thing to call out a brother or a sister in a loving way. Like, hey, this is probably not the best thing we should be doing. Or like, you guys can talk with them. But it's a whole other thing to just be attacking people because they sin. Wow. So do you. So do I. So yeah, I felt really bad about that with my brother. Thankfully, months later, once I started like kind of, trying out love for a change instead of anger and hatred, he ended up getting baptized. So praise God for that, But yeah, it just goes to show, man, like, attacking people doesn't do anything besides push them away. And again, even, I was actually worse than my brother, I would say, because heck, I was just going around and attacking him, not showing any love, going completely against Jesus' word. That's the bottom line, bro. So, yeah, Jesus ate and drank with sinners because, like he said, it's not the healthy that need a doctor, it's the sick. And you know what? We ought to eat and drink with some sinners too, because we're all sinners. Now, of course, bad company corrupts good character, so it doesn't mean to go hang around them and like just like be part of like a troubled group, but it does mean, hey, man, you can still like have, you can still have a little talk with people, and if you realize they're not a good crowd to be around, then hey, by all means, step away. Pray and hope the best for them, but just step away from them, man. But it's also another thing to understand that we are all sinners at the end of the day. That's why Jesus died for us. Even the people that go around attacking other people for their sins, hey, the people that go around attacking aren't any better. If anything, probably worse, But no one's better than anyone, man. We're all sinners. So, hey, we just got to be there for each other and let our love with Jesus bring each other together, not how many or how little sins we commit. It's not about that. It's about Jesus. Anyway, that's it for today, for today's day of rest. So that being said, let's go become the great men God made us to be. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow to continue 1,000 days better. All right. See you tomorrow, man. Peace.